Hi, I'm Elliot from Vault49, and I'm going to be taking you through the way in which we coloured up the final artwork for Computer Arts for the New York side. So, yeah, here you go. Okay, so we have completely finished the black line work for the New York side of the poster, which you can kind of see here. I'm bringing it into screen. 90% of this work's all been done in Illustrator, and you can kind of see how complicated everything is when I kind of zoom in here. And one of the issues that we actually did have with the artwork when it was completed was because there's been so many people working on it to try and get it finished, there are areas of the print where, basically where some people have accidentally used an RGB black instead of a CMYK black, and just generally there's a few different types of blacks that are featuring throughout the artwork, like you can see around here by the ladder and the door, and then also here just where the rat's sitting on top of this pipe as well. So normally, as most people would know this already, in Illustrator you can select the color and switch everything back to being all the same, but because we've used so many different pattern fills and strokes and everything else going on, instead of trying to expand the whole artwork out, we've basically decided to go down a different route, and that's what we're going to talk through with you now. So the easiest way that we would always approach a situation like this would be is to select the whole artwork and make sure there's a big box around it to kind of give the exact dimensions of the A2 poster that we're working with, and copy and paste the artwork out of Illustrator and take it straight over into Photoshop. Because we have completely finished the black line work and everything is 100% signed off with Computer Arts, there's not really any issues now from taking it from Vector straight over into Photoshop, because there's not really going to be any more changes from this point onwards. So if we just paste the design into Photoshop, this should take a couple of seconds. Okay, so you can see that we've got guides set up already for the rough sizing of where the artwork needs to sit. So basically, just drop it in roughly here. Okay, so if we place that into the document, okay, so now we can see that basically if we zoom in here again, you can see these different blacks that have been used throughout the artwork, and I know it's hard to see in this view, but there's also this same issue going on in some of the other pattern fills as well. So the easiest way to approach this for us is to select the layer, and because you have a white background already around the full artwork, we can just simply boost the levels up on the layer. And you'll see, if you notice this area around here by the Ferris wheel and on the pipe here, also by this ladder going into the door, you'll see that we can just boost up the levels slightly and it will switch all the blacks back to being the same. So we're now dealing with a solid black and white image. So if we just hit OK here. So now that we know that everything we're looking at in front of us is 99% black and white here, just to avoid any more further issues, and also an area of the black using the wand, which might take a second considering how complicated this is. Okay, so if we select a similar to the selection of black that we made, it would select everything pretty much that's in the artwork in front of us, because there's nothing else interfering with the colour selection. So what we've got in front of us is a full selection of the whole artwork basically. So if we turn off the actual artwork, you can see the selection in front of you. And then the easiest way to then deal and kind of work further with the colour choices is to then take this selection and turn it into a solid colour fill. So in doing the solid colour fill, it will instantly just mask off an area that the selection has made, so it enables us to literally just pick and choose whatever colours we want. So in this instance we are using Pantone colours, so this colour is actually the navy blue PMS colour. So if we go down to Let's just scroll through. Okay, so now that that's selected and you've got a solid colour in front of you, we can delete out the black line work. And what we're left is now we've got the full artwork with 100% coverage with no opacities or anything kind of nasty happening within it. And then all we can do from this point onwards is just to simply create new layers underneath the main layer. And using the pen tool within Photoshop, we can zoom into different areas, such as let's do this cloud here. So if we zoom right in on this might look pixelated, but we're zoomed in at almost 300%. So the actual printout will be very, very sharp. So all we can do now is just to select the different areas that we like with the pen tool. Okay, and in the same way that we selected the line that we've drawn just now, we can then create again another colour fill. So this colour fill can then be basically enables you to start colouring up the different areas within the artwork quite simply and easily. And if we create lots of selections and use the same colour fill throughout the whole artwork, it enables us just to make picking the colours and changing the design very, very, very quickly, rather than trying to deal with all the expanded shapes and everything in Illustrator. So to give you an idea of how that works in the final artwork, I can just go to one we made earlier. So if I turn on here, you can see that this is the main background of the artwork that you guys are going to have in the magazine. And it shows here this is the solid silver colour with all the white shapes minused out of it. And then just by simply turning on the other colour that you can see here. So this is just laid over the top here, and then we have our PMS navy blue, which runs over the whole thing. So it just is a really, really quick and easy way to colour up all of the design within Photoshop and avoid any issues or problems due to kind of silly mistakes by lots of different people working on them with different coloured blacks. So that's it for now. Cheers, bye.